Exclusive, the Brazil Brief News. Police garlight an exclusive report you'll only see here at the Brazil Brief News. What you're about to watch is a brutal snapshot of the hidden reality on the slopes of Rio de Janeiro. Footage that exposes the power of organized crime and the fragility of the state. They ran through the forest. 400 armed men fleeing, filmed by a police drone, advancing through the darkness of Rocinha like a war troop, prepared, coordinated, invisible to the light of justice. Yes, you heard that right. 400, a battalion of organized crime cutting through the green as if every step was rehearsed. It was still dark. Dawn hadn't broken, but crime was already in motion. And the state? Late again. The Brazil Brief News presents. Do you really believe the state lost control? Or did it just choose to look away? Exclusive footage shows what looks like a war zone, but it's just another ordinary day in Rocinha. A police drone records what no one would believe without the video. 400 armed men escaping to the forest like ants on a warpath. 400 armed men. You heard right. Now breathe, because it happened, and no one was arrested. Not a single one. This is the same Rocinha where the government says it's present, where City Hall claims it demolished illegal buildings used by drug dealers, where authorities swear they're doing the work. But are they really? Because if the state was really there, how did they build a mansion with a swimming pool, rooftop lounge, armored doors, and even an underground escape route without anyone noticing? 7 floors, built deep inside the forest. And you thought your biggest issue was a pothole on your street. What we saw was a performance, a demolition with a sledgehammer, a broken pool, a loss the drug lords will fix with $6,000 and 1 week of labor. Do you call that an operation or a farce? While the police climbed the hill without firing a shot, the criminals had already vanished. No shootout, no perimeter, no resistance. You know why? Because they knew. They knew they had time to flee. They knew because someone tipped them off. Because someone profits from this escape. Because someone powerful wants it to stay exactly the same. And we're left here watching. 400 armed men, not one arrested, not even surrounded. The forest used as cover. The city held hostage. And the people treated like clowns. The truth is brutal. Parallel power is the new normal. And the state just shows up to make noise. Noise repeated by the media, celebrated by politicians, and paid for by you. But there's one thing they can't control, the truth. It's in the footage. It's in the stories. It's in the fear of those who live it, of those who go to work in favela and watch armed men, in or out of uniform, decide who stays, who disappears, who lives, who dies. That building, that luxury bunker, it's still standing. Damaged, yes, but usable. Still a fortress, still a hideout, still a war room for crime, because it wasn't destroyed, just scratched. So the question is, why? Why didn't they really go in? Why didn't they blow it all up? Why didn't they seal the area with bulldozers? Why wasn't it neutralized? Because it's too hard, too expensive, too dangerous, and deep down, too real for those living off the performance. For those doing politics with the blood of locals, for those who pose next to backhoes and claim victory over crime by breaking a barbecue pit. They say they destroyed it, but the right word is damaged. They damaged the building. They damaged the intelligence of the people. They damaged the hope of anyone who thought this time things might change, until there's permanent occupation, until the forest stops being a criminal refuge. Until Rocinha is seen not as scenery, but as a community of human beings, nothing will change. We don't need more sledgehammers. We need more courage. Courage to do what's right. To face the real bosses of the favela. The ones in suits. The ones on the hill. And the ones in Congress. Courage to stop treating crime like folklore and start treating it like a national emergency. Because those who run Rocinha already know the state won't come. It only comes to film, and when it comes to film, they get the memo first. And what's left? The silence of the forest, and the sound of 400 boots running in the night. But as long as someone keeps telling this story, as long as there's a voice to speak what they try to hide, there's still hope. The Brazil Brief News will keep showing what they try to erase, because the truth can be buried with a sledgehammer. And if you're as outraged as we are, share this video. Make the story echo, because while you stay silent, they keep building. 7 stories at a time, and then they say they destroyed it all. Yeah, right. Subscribe, hit the bell, and help us show what Brazil pretends not to see. The Brazil Brief News, where the truth is not damaged, it's told.